Good morning, Year 4A. Welcome to April. Today is Wednesday, the 1st of April, and you're about to start another day full of distance learning. I'd like to start this day with an announcement. You've probably already heard from your parents, but I wanted to speak to you myself. I am really sad to announce that we will not be returning to school until the end of this academic year. The government has decided that for everyone's safety and especially for the safety of all the children across the UAE, it's for the best that we will just stay at home and continue with distance learning. I was really hoping that we were going to return back to school soon, as I told you many times, but unfortunately, we will not be returning back to school. So after this school year is finished, you will just go to year five and you will unfortunately not be my class anymore. Um, I just wanted to say that I really, despite that I get mad sometimes because of the behavior in the class and people not paying attention in my classes, I really enjoyed having every single one of you in the class, and I'm really sad that we will not be returning back to school. However, you will keep seeing videos of me and we will keep having meetings on Teams, so we will still see each other, however, just not in person, just over the computer. Okay, so the bad news is over. Let's go over what's your plan or what should your day look like today. So basically, your first lesson will be a math lesson. You will be looking at the same thing as yesterday. You will be looking at perimeter. However, not rectangular shapes, rectilinear shapes this time. So you'll be doing the same thing, but with different shapes. No need to submit anything on Class Dojo. Then your second lesson will be in science. This is a very exciting lesson. You will continue learning about the water cycle and you will have an Education City work. So make sure you log in and do your science work today. All right, for ICT, we continue with PowerPoint. I'd like you to design a flyer. You will see all the instructions in the PowerPoint, and Mr. Sanjay recorded a video for you to instruct you properly. And you will just take a picture of your flyer and submit it on ClassDojo. Then you have an art lesson. You will have to check My Learning for that. Then it's either PSE or Islamic. So non-Muslim students will have a PSE lesson about how to stay safe on and near the road, about the general rules on how to stay safe on a road or when you're outside walking. And yeah, the Muslim students will have their Islamic class. All right, and your last class for today is English. Again, you will be doing cracking comprehension. You will have two stories assigned. You need to make sure you do both of them. For PSE students, I forgot to say that you will have to take a picture of your activity also and submit it on ClassDojo. Cracking comprehension, last lesson. Please, I just wanted you to be aware that I access data on cracking comprehension, so I can see who's done the cracking comprehension stories and what score you actually had. So please, I will be able to see if you didn't do it or if you scored really low. Please try to score at least 8 out of 10. I will reassign it to you in case you had, let's say, 4 out of 10. You can just contact me, tell me, Miss Christina, please reassign the story to me because I need to redo it. I had a low score. All right, so that's what you will be doing for today. I know that you've been doing a lot of cracking comprehension. This has been decided by all year four teachers because we felt that the comprehension exam really didn't go well. You know that yourselves because we spoke about this before we all went home because of this virus. So we are just really trying to get you to practice and just to improve because we all want you to have good marks. We want you to have good stenines, all of you. All right. regarding yesterday's riddle, what is the one question that you cannot or it's impossible to answer yes to? The question was, are you asleep? Okay, that was option number one, because when you're asleep, you can actually not hear someone asking you if you are asleep, so it's impossible to answer yes. Or it was, are you dead? Because obviously, if someone's dead, they also cannot reply yes, or they cannot even hear the question. So these two questions were correct. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for writing the answer under the post for me. I'm always happy to see your answers. All right, your riddle for today is. Okay, I just remembered. The riddle for today is, what is always in front of you, but you cannot see it? Once again, what is always in front of you, but you cannot see it? So please comment under the post with your answers. All right, and again, I am going to be doing some story reading. Here we go. So today's story is called The Stellar One. It's going to be about a rock in the space. So please sit back, close your eyes, and listen to this story. The Stellar One by Daniel Errico. When the universe was young, the sky was filled with planets and stars and stardust and many, many rocks. One of these rocks was a bit more special than the rest. She was unlike any that came before her. She was a kind and happy rock who always floated near a big blue planet. Sometimes when the light hit her surface, she would glow a brilliant green. At times like those, she almost didn't look like a rock at all. As the sky moved from day to day and week to week, the rock would see planets far off in the distance. She would wonder what it would be like to go to them. Week after week and month after month, she would wonder. Until one day she decided to go and find out. The rock had never gone anywhere before and wasn't sure how to go about it. She started to rock back and forth. Then she started to spin. Soon enough, she was flying through the sky. As she left, clouds swirled on the big blue planet. For it was sad to see her go, and when planets cry, there is a rainstorm. At first, the rock was not good at moving. She would spin too far to the right and too far to the left. Slowly, she learned how to travel whichever direction she liked, as she enjoyed exploring space. She saw a planet filled with water, with not a speck of land. Then found a planet all dried up, with beaches made of sand. She swore she met a planet who looked suspiciously like her. And when she saw a planet that was, well, she wasn't sure. One planet she discovered had grown forests made of green. Another one was very shy, not fond of being seen. She flew right by a planet that was frozen icy cold. And then she saw a planet that was made of jewels and gold. She had started to notice that each planet seemed brighter than the last. They were all so different and all so pretty. It became hard for her to decide where to go next. If each planet she visited was more beautiful than the one before it, then how could she decide which way to go next, and how could she decide where to stay? So she continued traveling, afraid to miss a single planet. Eventually, she came upon the big blue planet that she had once circled, but she found that it was not the same. It was shining in a way that it never had before. It was more blue than it ever had been, and certainly more beautiful. This made her stop for a moment. "I do not know where I should go next," she said out loud. "Each direction is filled with wonderful planets. And I cannot stop knowing, and I cannot stop knowing that the next planet will be even more beautiful if I continue on. Even my big blue planet has grown more beautiful every day in my absence. The big blue planet overheard this. Can you not see why I am brighter? It asked. You are the brightest planet I have ever seen, she said. But I do not know why you glow brighter today than you did when I left you. You have brightened me, it said. But I am just a rock, she replied. You are no longer just a rock like the day you left me, said the big blue planet. You have grown bold and bright. Now you are a shooting star, and you are the reason why I shine. And while you are worrying about which direction to go, all of the planets in space are hoping that you will come their way to brighten them. And so the shooting star, who was no longer just a rock, finally understood. It did not matter where she went, the light was her own. So the rock sat there for a moment by the bright blue planet and wondered, should I keep traveling or should I fly around the big blue planet and grow brighter with it each day? She thought until she knew exactly what to do. And that's the end of the story. This story was about self-confidence and self-esteem. I hope you all enjoyed the story, and off you go into another day of learning. Hope you have a great day. See you soon.